Hi YouTube, Darth here. Today I'd like to talk about using the different firing modes on your weapons. Chances are you've been using the default auto fire setting on your carbines, assault weapons, and other automatics. I want to show you the advantages and disadvantages of using firing modes on your weapons. For this example, I'm using the naked SG553 as my example weapon. The SG553 has all three weapon firing modes: single, burst, and fully automatic Marita. To toggle between these firing modes on PC, by default you use the V as in Victor key on your keyboard. Firing modes help you to give strength to a weapon where it might not normally excel. The SG553 is a close to medium range weapon. At 830 rounds per minute, its auto fire mode is exceptionally good at close range. However, at long range, you're at a distinct disadvantage as the weapon's recoil takes a heavy toll. For weapons like this, when I'm taking a long shot, I like to switch fire modes for controlling my shot. This is for two reasons. Firstly, I obtain a more accurate shot, and secondly, it helps to conserve ammo. As you become better with your weapon, you can simulate the burst shot while firing in automatic firing mode. However, as you can see, there are still some differences in accuracy. Let me show you the results of some simple target shooting. In these screenshots, you'll see my results of roughly 25 to 50 rounds of ammunition being fired at two targets. Both of these targets are at roughly 43 meters from my firing position. I consider this to be medium range. On the left, you can see the results of fully automatic fire without bursting. The right side was controlled automatic burst in roughly 3 to 5 rounds apiece. I'm still not using firing modes beyond auto here. As you can see, automatic fire balloons rather quickly. Now let's look at using burst mode. Both of these targets were hit using burst fire mode. Now the clusters around the target are much tighter. Most of these bullets would have impacted the player they were fired at rather than the hapless wall behind them. Finally, we look at single shot mode. Almost all of these shots are on target, with some exceptions. Depending on how fast you pull your trigger, you will land almost all these shots fired on target in single shot mode. Keep in mind that with all these examples, these targets are non-moving, but I'll get more to that later. Another advantage of using weapons in burst mode, or using burst-only weapons like the M4 and M16, is that it can help you get used to bursting your weapons on automatic mode. I refer to these weapons as training wheels, as like a child's bicycle, they help to train your reflexes on how to fire appropriately all the time. Some of the best opportunities to use firing modes on the battlefield are when you need to turn a short-range weapon into a long-range weapon. When you're shooting at a target with minimal cover at long range and you're in relative safety, consider switching to single or burst to save a bit of ammo and pull off a better shot. Firing modes are also useful when you want to conserve ammunition in any firefight on a high-damage weapon with low ammunition supply. For example, the Scar H in Battlefield 4 is quite good with single shot, as it only takes 2 to 4 bullets to kill, but only has 21 rounds in the magazine. Conserving ammunition with this weapon is highly valuable to a player. Using it in single shot can help you to achieve this goal. You could also consider attachments to help your gun become more versatile. For example, combining the 2x magnifier with burst firing can help transform a short-range death machine into a mid to long-range threat. Now, with all legitimate strategies, there are some disadvantages to consider when using firing modes. Firstly, if you forget which mode you're in, and you're in the wrong setting, it can be a rude surprise. When you're in single or burst, every automatic weapon will, 9 times out of 10, beat you at close range. This can also cast you off guard between lives, as Battlefield keeps your weapon's firing setting after you die. That means if you die in single shot mode, your gun will still be in single shot mode when you return. There is also one killjoy problem with firing guns in burst mode. When you are in burst mode and tapping your fire button as quickly as you can, your gun will take inexplicable pauses in firing. Some like to call this jamming. I assume this is either a bug or a game designed to prevent the weapon from firing more bullets faster than it should be able to, but regardless, it will get you in trouble from time to time. This is particularly noticeable on weapons like the M16A4, where you cannot switch back to auto fire mode when you know you're going to be shooting at close range. So, ultimately, you should be taking away these key points from this video. Use single and burst shot against targets beyond your weapon's normal firing range. Use firing modes to conserve ammunition. Use single and burst shot when you are not in danger of a close-range firefight in the next few moments. There are distinct advantages to using firing modes and distinct disadvantages. Consider this another toolkit in your toolbox. That's firing modes for Battlefield 4. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks again, YouTube, and I'll see you next time.